today to talk about the Batman.
Yeah.
The new Warner Brothers vehicle where they are yet once again revamping the character of Bruce Wayne, who
I'm very excited to talk to Nate
this
about
is
this.
this the fifth iteration of Bruce Wayne? Because we've had Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney,
Bale, Affleck.
Christian Bale, Affleck. This is the sixth.
Yes.
And this is the Batman. Now, if Danley, if you've been listening to the Tatooine Sons podcast as I have, you'll know that Nathan Jesse says that the synopsis of the Batman movie is a combination of The Long Halloween and Batman Year One. Right? Is that correct?
Yes, very correct.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about the plot of the Batman and how you came to this conclusion, since you are the Batman expert.
Well, it's really all just judging by the Riddler and what he's doing, judging by some set photos we've gotten from Matt Reeves and the first trailer with the card showing Easter, which is on a holiday, which is Long Halloween takes place over a year with a murder each holiday. The final wrap-up picture from Matt Reeves was a Valentine's Day card, which is another pointer to that. And it's not taking from the fact that Riddler is the bad guy in Long Halloween, because he isn't. It's holiday. But it seems to be taking the fact that there's a murder each holiday, and it's judging with somebody in the crime family or somebody connected to the Maronis or the Falcones. And so that's where that's coming from. And with Year One, this is taking place in Batman's career of his second year. The Gotham PD show, which is going to HBO Max, is going to be taking place during his first year, a prequel to this movie. But
And that's the GPD, not the GCPD, which is super confusing.
The Gotham Police Department, which I don't know why they decided to change that, because GCPD for some reason rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
A little.
It was in all the games too.
Yeah.
On the building, GCPD, and they would always refer to it as that.
Yeah, but we've had the GCPD since Adam West.
Yeah.
Since our dads were not yet born, there's been the GCPD, and now they're like, no, it's just
So this
Gotham.
is news to me. They changed it to GPD.
Yeah.
They rebranded.
Yeah.
They rebranded.
Huh. Okay. Hey, also, in honor of you being here, I'm wearing my Batman cape.
I love it.
That my granny made me when my wife had my son. She made him a Batman cape, and she made one for me too. So I'm wearing Batman cape. And my question is, does this make me look fat?
No.
Sweet. Does it make me look muscular?
Also, no.
Okay, so
Does Batman cape make me look muscular?
Back to Batman.
You don't look like Fat Fleck, but you also don't look like Christian Bale.
Okay, I'll take that.
You're kind of Clooney because you got them bedroom eyes.
Okay, well, Nate.
Yes.
I am curious if you can settle a ongoing debate between Lucas and I.
This is so dumb.
No, it's not.
It is. It's a bad idea.
Who?
Go ahead.
Who is the best Batman?
Who is the best Batman?
Yeah, who
Yes.
portrayed Batman the best? And this includes Lego Batman
And animated Batman.
and animated Batman.
Does it include game Batman as well?
Yeah. Kevin Conroy doing the voice.
I'm honestly, if we're going for comic accuracy, the Batman in the Arkham games is most accurate.
Okay, but if we're going for comic appeal,
We're
the
not.
Lego
We're
Batman
not.
is the most
Of course
accurate.
Lego.
Yeah,
Lego
see, there you go.
Batman
He just
all
agreed with
day.
me.
Okay, so
As for comic appeal, yes.
Yes.
but if you're just going
Batman,
for who's the best Batman, taken at face value,
it's definitely the Arkham series,
which is Kevin Conroy,
Yes.
for most of them. There was a couple, the origins. I'm just glad that I have a friend, because he says Lego Batman is the best Batman, and I disagree.
It's true.
Hey, you can have an opinion, even if it's wrong.
You
but
can.
You can have it.
Yeah, speaking of wrong opinions, let's talk about Samuel the Hutt. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
He-
Talk about that all day.
So I am curious. So we have talked a little bit about where we see the movie going with the Batman, how it's going to have those two compilations of some stuff from year one, even though this is year two. We're getting the GPD prequel, and we've got some stuff from The Long Halloween. Will will having watched those movies, Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2, which are now on HBO Max, you can watch both of those animated films there.
Yeah, you turned me onto that. I haven't
Yep.
checked it out.
Well, because Nathan Jesse turned me onto it. Will either of those two, whether watching the Long Halloween series or the Year One series, do you think that those are going to contain spoilers that are going to make the movie more or less interesting for people?
No, Matt Reeves did come out and say he's using Long Halloween in Year One as influences, but he's not taking from the story. We're
Okay.
still having Riddler was not did not appear in Year One at all,
Right.
and he only appeared in a couple points in Long Halloween. So having him as the main villain is going to completely change everything in total. And so it's a completely different story we haven't seen before. It's just taking influence from those kind of feelings and the vibes of Long Halloween in Year One, the grittiness, the him not being as trained as, like, say, Ben Affleck's Batman was, who's been in the business for 20 years.
Right.
This is his second year, so he's not as doesn't have as great of gadgets or anything like that, and he's kind of on his own, with Alfred, of course, but really that's it. I don't think that watching those movies will spoil anything for this one.
Yeah, I mean, Ben
Yeah, from-
Affleck's Batman has been in the business since at least Good Will Hunting, so it's been a very long time.
I think that was their start.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
because he liked them apples.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I agree with in the trailer. It seems very gritty. He, when he fights, I don't know the guys that got the painted faces, and he's fighting a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's very gruesome, which I hope that I'm looking forward to, like a detective, more of a detective side of him, which we haven't really seen. It's really been
No, not in. We haven't really seen that in
we
any
saw
of
it a
the
little bit in
movies.
the Dark Knight, and where he was cutting the bullet out of the wall, and he said, "What are you trying to do? You're trying to find what gun fired?" He said, "No, fingerprints."
Yeah, we haven't seen the detective side of Batman in any of the movies, and yet
Except for the example I just gave.
if you look at the comics, that is the key to Batman.
Yeah.
It's not that he's such a skilled fighter,
And that's
but
his
it's the
moniker,
fact
is
that
the
he's
world's greatest detective.
right, unless Tim Burton's there, and then it's the world's greatest Michael Keaton. But the way that they're shaping that is much different.
Plus
I
Helena
think
Bonham
than,
Carter.
Yeah, the way that they're shaping that is much different than we've seen in any kind of Batman before. We also kind of a lot of the memes have shown the two versions of Robert Pattinson, where it's like the girls had him in Twilight, now he's become a man and he's become Batman.
Yeah.
Now
he's one of
Robert
the boys.
Pattinson's ours. But from what you've seen, you mentioned that the Riddler is the main villain. What role does the Penguin play in this movie? And we'll just start with that, because I also want to know what your thoughts on Robert Pattinson as Batman are. But let's start with, what role is the Penguin going to play in this movie? Because he's a big part of all the trailers, but it doesn't seem like he's got a huge role outside of making Colin Farrell look fat.
And he doesn't
Well,
have a
honestly,
cape on.
Makeup
No.
on Colin Farrell is amazing.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
I think what it's going to do is, since all of the murders, of course, if you look in the background, you see that there have been murders of crime family people from the Riddler. So I think it's gonna bridge. The Penguin is gonna bridge the gap between the Riddler and the crime families, so that we can learn more about that. And I think the Batman is gonna be using Penguin as a way to get to the crime families in more of a, I guess, easier way, instead of having to track them down, which he does in Year One. He actually goes to the source of all the crime families and warns them that they aren't safe anymore and that they should be worried now, which is another thing that Robert Pattinson his Batman is trying to do in this movie, is set his status as this legend in Gotham.
Yeah, he's trying to strike fear into the hearts of the villains, the seedy Gotham underbelly. And then what? I mean, that's what they say.
Like when you said villains into the
Villains. So, what have you thought thus far of Robert Pattinson's portrayal as Batman, of the brief moments that we've seen it on screen?
Yeah. So when I first saw Robert Pattinson in the Batman costume, when I first saw him cast, I was really not happy.
Me
I
too.
was like, oh, this is not great. And then I saw the screen test photos of his suit and him in it with the red room. And I was at the movie theater and I showed my brother this, and I'm like, this is going to be the best Batman yet. And I'm calling it now. And this was like 2.5 years ago of when we first got it. And so ever since then, everything we've been getting, I'm like, this is just it keeps one-upping itself. And I stand firm in the fact that this is going to be the best adaptation of Batman we've seen in live action ever, including the Dark Knight series. And just because he is Bruce Wayne. I mean, Robert Pattinson feels like Bruce Wayne, even though he might not look the part every time. He definitely has the feeling of, okay, well, he's a superhero now. He's a vigilante. He's had a terrible life, and he's given up on everything and on the city. So he's trying to take out that anger and rage somewhere else, which is definitely how it is in the comics. And so I highly appreciate what they're doing with Robert Pattinson, and I'm loving the direction they're taking.
Yeah, I really thought it was great how they gave him the same haircut as a 1999 seventh grade skateboarder. That to me really says billionaire playboy, like very few things do in the Batman series. I agree with you that he does kind of have that sort of Bruce Wayne vibe to him as a person. Obviously, other people that went to school with him that are also comedians would say the same thing, that he definitely has an air of elitism to him. I'll use all the nice ways to say that. What do you think they gave him such a dumb haircut?
I don't know. I mean, it distracts you from the fact that he might be Batman in some
That's
or is that just the way his hair grow?
Or do you think it will? Do you think the close-ups on the bat suit haven't shown that there's a spot for the chili bowl, like right below the points on the ears?
That was rumored. It's going to be like an open cowl mask thing. It's a domino mask.
His hair
Batman's gonna have a
sticking out
domino
from the mask.
So he can do a sweet ollie.
Yeah. At skateboard. You don't see
The
bat skateboard.
bat board.
Yeah, Batman's wearing Vans.
He's just rolling around skateboard like tight. This is tight.
Okay, all kidding.
Sketchers to the bat.
All right, so Batman obviously is one of the most beloved comic book characters. They're reintroducing some characters that I think Batman Returns was the last one to have really
Penguin?
great Batman villains in it. You know,
How about Joker?
okay. We'll put the Dark Knight series aside,
Okay.
Right.
We're agreed.
but when we look at like outside of the Dark Knight series, which was a totally different take on Batman, right? The Batman Returns was the last time that we saw some of these villains in a portrayal at all, but it was the last in the series outside of,
Danny
like you
DeVito
said,
as Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer, Christopher Walken.
yeah, those were
That's a winning lineup.
yeah, those were great portrayals. Batman Returns, Christmas movie or no?
Yeah, definitely a Christmas
I agree.
movie.
Better than Die Hard, yes or no?
Better than Die Hard. I cannot make that decision yet. I have not seen Die Hard. So I can't say if it's
He's not.
better Christmas.
He's not allowed to watch Die Hard.
I
That's
have
what he means.
I have a confession.
Oh,
I
crap.
haven't seen Die Hard either.
You've never seen Die Hard?
No. I've seen like
You've never seen Bad Boys 2?
I've seen it on like on the TV in passing.
Sure.
But no, I've never sat down and just watched Die Hard.
All right.
So maybe that'll be one of our
We'll
movies.
just take this man card and just stick it over. No, yeah, I think that this is one of the Christmas movies that needs to be brought into the argument of greatest Christmas movie ever, though, is The Batman Returns. Because Die Hard gets thrown in.
'Cause
It's
there's snow?
obviously, it's not Rudolph and the Claymation Reindeers. Those are some of the most wretched nightmare fuel movies that have ever been created. Those need to be completely eliminated from the Christmas lexicon. It needs to be Die Hard and Batman Returns. Batman Returns was done at Christmas, not just there's snow. There's a Christmas tree.
There is.
You have to include Shazam in that argument as well. You cannot leave
Why?
that out. Because it's set during Christmas. If you're counting Batman Returns as a Christmas movie, Shazam has to be in there too.
Yeah, but we were talking about good Christmas movies.
Oh,
Hey, Shazam is good.
I like Shazam,
Shazam was
Shazam is-
okay.
but I wouldn't put it in the same category. I think. Of,
No.
Okay,
Shazam
well,
was
here's
Thor
the thing.
light.
Yeah.
Well, here's an unpopular opinion that I
Let's
have
go.
not heard a lot. I am
Okay.
not a huge fan of Batman Returns.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna
Okay.
be honest, I think that Michael Keaton as Batman is more of nostalgia for everybody than an actually good Batman.
Right. You liked Val Kilmer the best from what I heard, but mainly
Of
because of the
course.
suit.
Yeah, totally. But honestly, though, if we're talking about those four movies, Batman to Batman and Robin, Batman Forever is set in my favorite one because it's just so campy and it's just so much fun. It's not accurate to the comics at all,
No.
but it's a lot of fun to watch.
Is that the one where he has the Bat credit card? Or is that Jordan? That was Batman and
that's
Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Batman and Robin. We don't talk about Batman.
Okay, good. I was about to say that one's bad.
Yeah, no, Batman Forever was Arnold Schwarzenegger
Riddler
as Mr. Freeze and Jim
Yeah.
Carrey as the Riddler. And
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger's
No.
Mr. Freeze was Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
It's
oh,
Two-Face
okay.
in
Yeah,
Batman
yeah.
Forever.
Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, that is amazing. But it is
It's
totally campy. It's a
yeah,
horrible
yeah, it's
action
very
movie, but it's a
campy.
fun
It's
one to
adorable.
watch.
It is a fun movie to watch, though.
Yeah.
Yes. I just think that Batman Returns, it was so off from Batman that it just didn't fit. But everybody's like, Michael Keaton's the best Batman ever. And I'm like, well, you say that you don't like Ben Affleck
I don't
because
think
he
he's the
killed
best.
as Batman. But then you look at Michael Keaton, and in like the first 5 minutes of Batman Returns, he sets a guy on fire and drops him off of a building.
Yeah, but he
Right.
lived.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He blew up.
No,
The
did you
guy-
see the after credit scenes where that guy's just like
Oh.
in the body cast? You don't remember that?
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't remember that. I didn't stay for the
That was
credits.
the- that was the
I left before the
director's cut.
movie was
Oh, because is this complete bull crap that you're making up?
Yep.
Okay. But no, I think you may be onto something.
I put some tape
Batman-
over the
Batman
holes on the
Returns
VHS and
is
just
pretty
recorded a
nostalgic.
guy in a body
You know,
cast.
I'd probably like it from
Yeah.
nostalgia from my childhood. The same thing you'll think about Shazam.
Yeah. And I mean, like I was thinking about this with this it's kind of related, but with the Amazing Spider-Man series, they aren't really good Spider-Man
No.
movies.
No.
But the amount of nostalgia for me makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
And so that's nostalgia is very dangerous when it comes to choosing good opinions on movies.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
So
That's true.
best Batman, Kevin Conroy. Who's best Spider-Man?
Well, in my opinion,
Yes.
No.
honestly though, I do think that Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. He's more just he cares for the little guy, like in Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he saves the kid from the bullies and talks about his science fair project, and he's like, "You're really smart," and then walks into school. Like
I liked him a lot as Spider-Man. I didn't like the movie, but I liked him a lot.
Yeah,
I like him more than Tom Holland.
I don't. I love Tom Holland the best.
You just like a short little Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, I like itsy bitsy Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No, I like Tom Holland the best because I think Tom Holland he captures a lot of the fun of the character. Like the reason I think Andrew Garfield was so good is because the character of the Amazing Spider-Man is exactly what you're talking about. In the Amazing Spider-Man comics, that is the role that he played. But in the regular Spider-Man stuff, right? There's a much different vibe to Spider-Man, and I think Tom Holland captures a lot more of the breadth of, that character versus just the only looking out for the little guy. Whereas, I mean, Gwen dying is tragic, but Andrew Garfield just wasn't such a great dramatic actor that it made me feel it. The
Yeah.
thud in the theater is what made me feel that death, not him being traumatized over it.
It was the woofer that got me.
Thanks to the IMAX, you really made me feel that death. Okay, let's change gears completely.
Good. I'm tired of this
Yeah,
gear.
I'm tired of talking about Batman and Spider-Man.
No. We can go back to
Batman,
Batman.
Spider-Man. Nathan,
Yes.
Nathan.
what were your thoughts on Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters film? I know that you saw it. You guys talked about it today on the Tatooine Sons podcast, so make sure that you guys go listen to the latest episode. Nathan's going to give us some of this stuff, but it'll just be a preview for what they've got going on that show. You need to make sure that you download and listen to their podcast. It's fantastic. Go ahead. Ghostbusters, you got 30 seconds.
Okay, well, I really enjoyed it. I went in having watched the first Ghostbusters just for the first time a couple of years ago.
Yep.
I wasn't
20 seconds.
I wasn't that into it, but I went into this really enjoying this movie. When I walked out, I was like, this is a great way for new people to get introduced to what Ghostbusters is. And it had a very good plot, a very different feel from the other Ghostbusters movies, but it worked for what they were trying to go for. And I think it was a great culmination of a trilogy for the original Ghostbusters and leading into the new generation of Ghostbusters. I mean, they started a production company, so they aren't done with this franchise. So I was definitely very pleased by the movie when I walked out.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
We saw it with your son. He
Mhm.
loved it.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nathan, tell everybody where they can find you on social media and where they can download the Tatooine Sons podcast.
Well, you can download it anywhere, if I'm not mistaken, but you can find us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, but we don't post a lot on Instagram, actually. And TatooineSons.com is where you can keep up to date with everything we have.
Tatooine Sons pop culture podcast. Nathan is one of the hosts, also with his father David and his brother Samuel DeHutz. And if you go give them a review on Podchaser, not only will they give you a shout out during the show, but they'll make a donation to one child to a child living in extreme poverty in your name. So make sure that you go and do that. Check them out wherever you get your podcast. Nathan, thanks for being on the show with us. Last question as our PS.
I have one. Two
Okay,
questions.
So you do the PS, I'll do the PPS. Go. One,
Okay.
2, 3, go.
Who would Superman beat Hulk?
Yes.
Okay,
Any
I
day.
think so too. Go ahead.
That's easy.
Okay, the new Batman game is going to feature the Court of Owls. Who are the Court of Owls?
The Court of Owls was actually my introduction into DC
question.
Comics. So I love the Court of Owls. They're an underneath group that has been there, kind of like the Illuminati, but for Gotham. They've been there ever since Gotham was created. They created Gotham and have been basically monitoring and controlling everything that has been going on in Gotham ever since it's been created. And in some versions, the Waynes were actually a part of it. Thomas and Martha Wayne, and it's looking like, if they're wanting to go the direction, that the Court of Owls might be the overarching bad guys for the Batman movies that are coming up. So yeah.
Well, there you heard it. Jay-Z is part of the Court of Owls. You heard it from Nathan Jesse himself. We'll see you guys next week on the Rev and Rep Live at 5.